Then the Clippers didn't even get off the bus. Woo. I thought maybe they would at least give a little bit of a fight, but that wasn't even. I can see the guy on the side throwing the towel. Throw the towel! Like they should. That wasn't. It wasn't even. Not a great game 7 there. Congratulations to the Nuggets. They just whooped them and cruised right along in that one. So one of those little bounce back days for me. 1 and 3. Let's get 2 here. The Sunday's action. Some nice games here, as you alluded to. Nice game 7 in the NHL. Those are always fun and exciting. We leave it to the NHL. Then we give you the exciting game 7 because the NBA dropped the ball yesterday on the big game 7.
Jovan, how you doing?
What begins with an H and ends with a C? Give you 3 seconds.
I can think of a lot of things, but anyways, I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to keep the PG rating on this show. What is it?
Horrific.
Oh, there you go.
I couldn't buy a win yesterday. I couldn't buy a barrel. Couldn't buy anything but an L. But yeah, that's the type of day it was. Started off with the Red Sox, and they had plentiful chances to get a W. Gave up 3 and what was that, the 7th or 6th? I think it was the 6th. And they couldn't muster the win, and it ended with the Clippers. And here's the thing about the Clippers, they have a history of doing this. Doesn't matter if it's Doc Rivers or Tyronn Lue. Doesn't matter if it's Chris Paul or Kawhi Leonard. Doesn't matter if it's, let's say, Blake Griffin or James Harden or PG-13 for all I care. It's an organizational curse that they have. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And me knowing all that, because I've cashed plenty of times in these situations, a game 7, case in point 2013, when the Memphis Grizzlies went into the Lob City LA Clippers that year and got me the cash both ways with the under and the Grizzlies. So I know full well what the Clippers can do. Same thing with the Denver Nuggets. What was that, in the bubble? The bubble season, they were down 3-1. There's been plenty of times the Clippers have done this in game 7.
Yeah.
And I went against it for the first time. I rode with these guys, knowing full well what could happen, and it happened. And it started off fine. And I was actually on Denver in the first quarter, loser. So it's just one of those days. Hey, it happens. This is what unfortunately this is what sports gambling is all about. You're not gonna win every day. It's not gonna happen. Some days are gonna be like this. And what do? You pick your ass up and put it back where it's supposed to be, and you get into the lab and you come out for another day to do it all over again.
Yeah, all you can do is pick yourself up and dust yourself off because you just got it handed to you. So you just keep rolling. Trust me, I know plenty of what that feels like. So it's like one of those things where it's just like you couldn't hit water if you fell out of a boat. It's just like,
oh yeah, we've all had those days. Come on, we've all had those days in this
of course we
business.
have. Yeah, of course we have.
They don't make them any better, but still, it's just like
yeah. It's just like that thing. You just have to see one go through, and then it'll all start coming back. But yeah, for me yesterday, winning day on baseball. Had a couple that just didn't show up. I think it was the Reds that didn't show up. Somebody else, but play the day
Reds didn't show up. Detroit didn't show up.
Detroit was one of them, and Cincinnati, I think, was the other one I had. They they fell short. They just gave it up to Washington. But yeah, play of the day cashed again. The Mariners continuing to find ways. The Rangers continue to find ways to stink up the joint. And we'll have to see if they can turn it around sooner rather than later. They have to, because you can't have this continuing to go on.
Oh, my Toronto overcash on a Saturday.
Oh, which one was that?
If you had that 7.5, if it was a
I was gonna say, yeah.
But still, hey, the way it was looking, hey, you're good with it. You're good with a push.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get that 3-2, 2 out down to your last pitch, and you're like, I just need a grand slam to cash the over, and it's a grand slam. Okay.
Oh boy,
it's crazy.
Hey, and that was part of my handicap for that game. And that should have been a premium. It wasn't. Gave it out, yesterday on this show, and that's what I said. I said, listen, it might be tough in the beginning, but on the back end, you're gonna get in there. Damn sure it got there.
Speaking of the Rangers not being able to produce worth a lick, Jay, how's it going?
Ain't nobody worried about they trash ass. Even me was on the Mariners. That team cannot fucking hit to save their life. You can't win baseball games not scoring runs. So shout out to the Mariners, man. Cash for me yesterday. But fuck them. Dallas Stars. Oh my God. Turn me up. What a fucking comeback, man. Down 2-0 in the third. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you missed that game last night, bro, you missed the instant classic. I'm sorry. Man, from the wraparound goal. Oh my, that wraparound off the skate might have been one of the greatest. Hey, I'm just saying, like, somebody who just started watching hockey, like, in depth, that's one of the greatest goals I've ever seen.
And little puck lock off the skate.
I was going to say, if he finished it,
It was definitely luck.
If he finished that on his own, I would say, yeah, absolutely.
For sure, it was definitely luck. For the wraparound off the skate oh my God. And then my boy with the hat trick in the third against their old team to propel your new team to a series dub. Oh my God. So yeah, yesterday was a good day for me. The cold streak also came to an end. Thank God. Thank the heavens. I'm back. I'm back. So I'm ready to do the damn thing today, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Nuggets. Man, they go stupid, fucking dummy, crazy at home, at the crib, man. We know this. Fuck the Clippers respectfully. It took a little longer than we thought it would, but ultimately those two teams showed us that they are who we thought they were for the past 3 to 4 seasons. The Clippers, over fucking rated, overvalued. Simple. Last year, remember, post All-Star break, they had the second best odds to win the NBA championship. Yeah, Kawhi got hurt, but they got bounced fucking first round. This season, they start playing well down the stretch. People got ahead of themselves again. Oh, my God, the Clippers are going to do the thing. The Clippers are the dark horse. Clippers this, Clippers that. Denver said, shut that shit up. Shout out Yoke. Shout out Gordon. Shout out the Nuggets, man. We'll see if them boys can go do the damn thing against the Thunder Buddies. That's going to be a hell of a series, man. MVP versus MVP. Battle of the two best players in the league this season. Shea and Yoke. It's going to be a hell of a series, man. It's going to be a hell of a series. Can't wait to watch it, man. Can't wait to sit back and watch. Today, though, we got Game 7 today. Rockets, Warriors. That's going to be a hell of a game. Them Rockets at home at the crib, a different team, monster, animal. And they're coming with that defensive intensity. Curry, last time we seen him in a Game 7, how many points he had? 50.
We've also seen him have games where he's had 6 points in a game, too, this year. So we've seen him lay definitely plenty of eggs. So we'll see.
We shall see. And then round 2 start today. We got Pacers, Cleveland. Round 2 start today, ladies and gentlemen. So ready to do the damn thing, man. Ready to talk some sports. Ready to make some money with the guys today.
Absolutely.
You gotta give the Nuggets a little better respect. OKC in 6, not 5. Nuggets can win a couple. 5? I'll go 6. Okay, see, it's 6.
You lose the dramatic effect when you have to put up 2 hands. It's the whole Shannon Sharp thing. You just got
Right. It's 5. I get it.
I just imagine just Shannon Sharp putting up the
Man.
yeah. You lose the theatrics of it. But yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. We got a full card of MLB. Starts early today, so I want to be able to get everybody in and out of here fast enough. We'll go 4 at a time. Go with the Mets and the Cardinals, game 1. We got Eric Fede for the Cards, Blaze Tidwell making his debut for the Mets in that one. For the next one, we got Pirates, Padres. We got Andrew Heaney.
Dog.
And Stephen Kolek going for the Padres. Red Sox, Twins. We got Crochet and Paddock. And Yankees and Rays. We got Will Warren and Taj Bradley going here. Jay, what do you like?
Yes, sir. Honestly, I lean towards the Tampa Bay Rays. I think this game is going to be I think the Rays have a legitimate chance to win this game outright, and I like the plus money price attached to them today. Taj Bradley, serviceable starting option. Not really sure what we're going to see from Warren. He's not anything, great to ride home about. I just think for me in a game like this game is closer to a 50-50 game than the odds may seem, because it's the Rays and because it's the Yankees. So small lean for me on Tampa, just playing the odds, playing the price. I think they have a legitimate chance to win that game outright. And then I like Heen Dog and the Pirates. Man, Heen Dog been real serviceable this season. I wish he was still in my Rangers. I know the Padres playing well. They've won 4 straight. I think the Pirates salvage something here, though. I think they end this little 3-game losing streak they're on. They're comfortable at home, at the crib. I think they avoid the sweep today. And Heen Dog propels them to a win. I kind of like an under. Yesterday's game was low scoring as well. I think today's going to be low scoring. So give me the Pirates. Give me the Yankees. I like the Red Sox. I just don't like the price. And I don't know if I'm going to let it run line. The Twins, they did sneak one out yesterday. Highly doubt they do it again today. So I want to play the Red Sox. I don't like the price. I'm just letting y'all know my thoughts.
Javon, what do you like here?
I would go under Padres, Pirates. The Pirates are just pathetic at the plate. And I don't think they're going to, even with this kid Kolek on the mound, I don't think they're going to be able to muster up anything against him. San Diego, they can put up runs, but I'll even though I like to fade Andrew Heaney, I do recognize that he's been pitching well this season, so I think he'll have a good start as well. You get to the bullpens, you never know what's going to happen with that Pirates bullpen, but I'll take under. It's at 9. There's a key number as far as the total in baseball. So I'll take the under in that one. This Red Sox game, at this point, Garrett Crochet, he's gonna command prices like this. So
yeah.
Run line, can the Red Sox do it? They can do it if Crochet goes into the 7th, and with a sizable lead. Chris Paddock, of course, he can be had, and I think they do bounce back after yesterday's game. Just had one bad inning. After that, that was all she wrote basically. But I don't think they have that bad bullpen inning today. So I'll take the Red Sox on the run line. That's it.
Rob, what do you like?
For me in these couple games here in this early window, I like the under between Tampa Bay and the Yankees. Just don't trust those offenses to be getting us to 10, which is what would be needed to get over this total of 9. This Rays offense over the last 5 definitely not been hitting. Only hitting $1.62 over the last 10, hitting just over 200. Yankees bats haven't been smashing a whole lot either. They're 8-2 to the under in their last 10 as well. So give me the under between the Rays and the Yankees. And then Crochet's going to need to go deep, but hey, we got Paddock on the other side, and he's actually been not bad. It's just the Twins don't hit enough and give him enough run support. Give me the under 8.5 in that one. I don't think the offenses get enough to get us to over that 8.5. Give me the under Twins in Boston. Like some unders here early. I like the Padres and Pittsburgh under as well. That Padres bullpen after Kolek goes in a start, see how he does. I think he'll have a half decent start for the Padres. You're going against a Pirates offense that is not a juggernaut, so he'll be able to mow some of those guys down. And Heaney's doing well on his side of things, so give me the under Padres and Pirates. 300 is low scoring once to start the day.
Shout out Heaney, dog, man. Shout out Heaney.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Padres. I think it's a bad matchup for Heen Dog.
You're a hater.
Me. I think the Pirates. I think this could be a decent outing for Kolek. Whether it's Kolek just in an opener role or whether he's expected to eat up some innings in this start. The Pirates' offense for me is just still too inconsistent. I know the Padres haven't been the same team on the road that they've been at home this season, but I still think that Kolek could have a decent enough start here. The Padres are doing solid against left-handed pitching, and they have the much better bullpen. So give me the Padres in that one. I'm going to take the Twins on the money line, plus 1.5, whatever you want to do, but they've had decent numbers against left-handed pitching. Like Rod said, Paddock hasn't been terrible in his last 4 starts. He's been about a 5-inning guy. Usually gives up 1 run or less. It's just a matter of, keeping the damage to a minimum. And I don't want to pay this price. With the Red Sox, it's like Jovan said, Crochet is going to command these prices. But the Twins, I think, have the better bullpen. So if Paddock can at least just be serviceable, I think the Twins could do enough here to steal one off of the Red Sox. It's just the Twins, the offense hasn't been great, but you've got to just pick your spots with them. I think this is a spot to take a shot on them here. I'm going to lean towards the Mets. Tidwell, number 15 prospect in that organization, apparently throws mid to high 90s. From what I've seen from the scouting report, I think the Cardinals could have trouble catching up to that. Eric Fede, for me, is still just not a pitcher I trust. I think the Mets can get to him. So I'll take the Mets on the money line in game 1.
That Mets hat should be delivered here soon. You know what I'm saying? It'll be at your door real soon. There's still room, Chris. We're still early enough. There's still room. Join us.
I told you, I'm joining you in my own special way.
No, bro.
Yeah, I told you. I'm going to ride the Mets train for my own profit. If they win, then I get paid. If they lose, I bad vibe the shit out of them. So that's how it works for me. I'm fine with it.
He's got the Grimace suit coming, not the hat. We got Grimace. Oh wait, sorry, I let the secret out. He's gonna wear the Grimace.
Dude, paint me purple. You'll never know the difference. Next we got. Just said that. Give me what am I saying? Next slot, we got the Orioles and the Royals. We got Kyle Gibson going for the.
There's another purple dinosaur you might get confused with, so you don't want to get confused.
Nothing else is green. So, we got the Orioles and the Royals. Kyle Gibson going for the O's here. Michael Lorenzen for the Royals. Blue Jays and Guardians. We got Bowden Francis starting for the Blue Jays. Guardians.
Stop. That is Brad. That's Brad.
Brad Francis going for the Blue Jays.
There we go.
AKA Francis. Tanner Bybee going for the Guardians. We got the Marlins. Edward Cabrera going here for the Fish against
Ooh,
Athletics.
Two of my fucking guys. Oh my God.
The Athletics.
Cabrera.
The store manager's got the keys.
JP?
Sears might be open today.
Man.
And the Phillies and the Diamondbacks. Ranger Suarez making his season debut for the Phils, and Eduardo Rodriguez going for the Diamondbacks.
Quickly, before we start this segment, because we got one of our starters on Team Pig Dogs going in this slot, JP. You know who we forgot to talk about for Team Pig Dogs? Schwelly. We talked about it yesterday. Would you
I don't want him on my team after yesterday.
Fair.
Oh. I agree with you that it's fair, but not after yesterday. God damn.
Fair.
Jovan, what do you like here? It's your slot.
Muted.
You're mute. You're mute.
Said good old Kyle Gibson. Didn't he get throttled by the Yankees?
Oh yeah, he was the second pitcher of the season to start the game with back-to-back home runs, 4 home runs in the first, and 5 home runs in the start.
He was excited and serving up meatballs. Who wants a meatball?
The two this season are Nestor Cortez.
And both were against the Yankees.
Both were against the Yankees.
Yeah. Do you think that he bounces back against the KC Royals? Who are what? What are they? 10-2 last 12? I gotta fade him. And I'm not a Cal Gibson guy anyway, so I'll gladly fade him. Give him some runs. Baltimore won't be able to get to Michael Lorenzen or the bullpen. I think the KC Royals win this series, so I am on the Royals at plus money to get the job done. Tanner Bybee, he did bounce back last game. 7 innings, 1 run ball. Bolden Francis, meanwhile, gave up 7 him by himself. And I just don't like what I've seen out of Toronto, especially their bullpen. I think I'm gonna roll with Bobby to get the job done once again. He hasn't gotten off to the best season, but he has the stuff to to shut down this Blue Jays lineup. If he goes deep enough, I won't have a problem with Cleveland's back end, even though they haven't done the job so far. But we know the potential for that bullpen to shut down batters. So I'm on the Guardians as well, basically at an even price. And Ranger Suarez making his first start of the season, going up against Erod. Think the better lefty resides in Philly. I think he'll have at least a serviceable start. And the way the Phillies bats have cracked so far in this series, I think they're going for the sweep. No need to really take it on the run line because it's only at 130, 135, somewhere around there. You could take them on the money line, but if you want to go for the gold, go for that extendo clip. If you feel like the Phillies could just rip through Erod, which I believe they can. So I think they're going for the sweep, and they'll get the sweep in a big way. So it'll be the Phillies for me, no matter how you want to play it. You want to play it safe, go with the money line. You want to go for the gold, take them on the run line or extendo clip.
Rob, what do you like in these ones?
And for me, in these times, give me the under between the Cleveland Guardians and the Toronto Blue Jays. I think Francis on the mound can have a good start. Bybee can have a good start. we seen it yesterday. It took a walk-off grand slam to get us over the total there. So these teams aren't scoring a whole whack load. So give me the under 8 in that one. And then looking at Kansas City and Baltimore, right? You look at these two teams aren't hitting a whole lot and scoring a whole pile. You look Kansas City 7-3 to the under in their last 10. Well, the Baltimore Orioles 4-1-1 to the under in their last 10. Well, why is this thing at 9.5 then? Where the books have got this pegged? Why? Because it's going to get over the total here in this one. We got Gibson going to the mound. Royals will be able to get some runs off of him. And Lorenzen on the other side, he's going to give up a few, and then we'll all heck will break loose. Baltimore day games, surprisingly, 2-0 to the over at home. In the spot as a home favorite, 6-2 to the over. So it's just one of those runs. Even the books makers are guarding against it. Take the over Baltimore and Kansas City. And then exactly, just take Ranger Suarez to beat up Rodriguez in that one. Arizona's ass. Barbie yesterday, I'm never getting on him again. Put them in the fade spot the rest of the year. You'll make some money.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over in Blue Jays Guardians. You have 2 of the top 4 pitchers in Francis and Bybee in terms of home runs allowed per 9 innings of pitchers with at least 20 innings pitched this season. Francis has given up 11 home runs so far. Bybee, I think, has given up 8. But I think both these starters could get at least roughed up for a few runs here, maybe 3 runs apiece. You get to the bullpens. I think we could easily get to 9, maybe 10 runs in this thing. So give me the over in Guardians Blue Jays. And yeah, give me the Royals here against the Orioles. I'm not the biggest Michael Lorenzen fan, but he's certainly the better option over Kyle Gibson. I'm not overreacting to one start. This is normally who Kyle Gibson is. Maybe not 5 home runs, but he's normally a guy that will give up some runs over the course of a season. At season's end, he's one of a few pitchers that will consistently pitch you to an ERA in the low 5s, high 4s. He gives up runs. And even though Kansas City's offense has been winning games with pitching a lot lately, I think they can drum up enough offense to get the win in this one. So I'm going to take the Royals plus money in that one. Jay?
I'm going to Sears, baby. Let's do it. I'm on that Oakland Athletics. Shout out to Athletics. They're playing really good baseball. Like, really good. I know they dropped one yesterday. But Sears, man, let's go shopping, man. My dude has been really good of recent. You know, he's the Marlins have won. I mean, the Athletics have won 4 of his last 5 starts. Pitched well against Texas twice, against the White Sox, the Rockies. Now I know it's not the greatest competition when it comes to bats. Texas bats have been dead quiet. You know, the White Sox, the worst team in baseball, or is it the Rockies? And they play both. So those are 4 of his last 5 starts. But honestly, I would put the Marlins almost in that same bucket. While I do bet the Marlins often, I don't think today is a day for them. Cabrera, I like Cabrera. Cabrera ain't looked good this season. He's been struggling. And I think he's going to struggle again today. Oakland, I think his bats will show up. I think Sears has a solid start. It wouldn't shock me if Rooker and Soderstrom went yard today. So I'm on Oakland today. I got to fade my money Marlins. We'll be back on them soon. But it's a JP Sears style day. I've been on the Phillies in this series, man. It's been too many times in years past. Somebody who bets the Diamondbacks a lot, where I've seen them do this shit. Where they go, they play really well. You get high on them. You're like, let's go, Diamondbacks. You know, they took 2 of 3 off of the Mets, who had only lost 1 game at home at the crib, and then they just die. This is who the Diamondbacks are. This is just who they are. The Phillies have kind of heated back up. I like what I'm seeing from Philadelphia. Suarez first start today. Let's do it, Suarez. Remember, I was a huge Suarez fan last year. A lot of people were acting like he wasn't pitching as good as he was, and he was one of the best in baseball last year. I do like Rodriguez on the other side, but as we've discussed plenty of times is, man, I don't know what's going on in Arizona, but the pitchers just go there to fucking die. Rodriguez is 2 seasons removed from having the best ERA in baseball. Now he's fucking garbage. Until he showed me signs that I can trust him, I'm not trusting him. Phillies, let's bring out the brooms, man. Let's bring out the brooms for the Phillies today. I think they sweep them. And I'll take Brad. I'll take Brad Francis today, money line. Let's do it, Brad. Guardians are playing well, and fading them when they're playing well isn't fun. But I like the spot for Toronto. They're comfortable at home. It's been a good series. I think they take this one. Expecting Cleveland to win a series on the road, I'm a little nervous about. It just feels like a Blue Jays get right, back to 500 series win style game, in my opinion. So give me Brad Francis and the Toronto Blue Jays.
All right, move on to the next 4. We got the Astros and the White Sox. White Sox, Bryce Wilson starting, and for the first time since 2022, Lance McCullers Jr. starting for the Astros.
Wow.
Got the Brewers and the Cubs. The Brewers sending out Freddie Peralta.
Freddie Pete.
And the Cubs. There you go. Cody Managa. Rangers and the Mariners. The Rangers starting out Jacob deGrom here. The Mariners sending out Logan Evans.
The deGrominator.
And the Giants minus 352 favorites over the Colorado Rockies. Logan Webb starting for the Giants and Herman Marquez.
Is that the biggest spread of the season so far?
It has to be. I think the Dodgers touched minus 360, 365 against the Rockies.
I see 385 though right now.
Oh, I'm seeing 352.
I see 385.
It's going to rival potentially the biggest spread of the season. So, yeah. Rob, what do you like here?
Definitely not my favorite slate on the board here in these 4. But I'll take the Cubs here on the road with Imanaga going on the mound. And the Brew Crew as a dog trying to cook you in there. No, not going to do that. Freddie P on the mound there. I think he can give it up. Imanaga will outduel Freddie P in that one. Brewers are also 0-6 as a dog. So they haven't fared so well in the dog role of the Brewers. So give me the Cubs in that one. And then if you want to lay minus 200 with Lance McCullers Jr. hasn't pitched a pitch in 2 years, have at her. I'll take a shot with the White Sox. You look what they've been doing. They've been getting some hits and surprising, getting some wins. 4-6 in their last 10. Hey, I'll take a shot with the White Sox there at the plus price. Even the books are guarding against the White Sox win because they don't know what they're going to expect from McCullers, but they're trying to cook you into Houston. No chance. Give me the White Sox there in that matchup. 2 I like. I can't take the Rockies. I cannot. I'd like to because Logan Webb is a dumpster fire too, but it's just I can't do it. The Rockies, it's like trying to catch a falling knife, and I don't want to be the guy trying to catch a falling knife with the Rockies in this spot. No, not doing it.
Yeah, I think if I was going to play that game, if you don't feel comfortable playing the 2.5, I think you're getting an absolute steal on the Giants team total. Right now, it's over 4.5, minus 130. If you want to play it up to over 5.5, you can take plus 125. The reason I say play it, you can play it up, is because you look at the Rockies 0-6 this season in Marquez's starts, and they've given up at least 6 runs in all of those outings. And the one that they gave up 6 runs in, because they've given up 7 or more in the other 5, was the one where Marquez threw 6 shutout innings in his debut. So they can't keep runs off the board. The other ones, 4 runs, 3 earned, and the next one gave up 7. But here's the thing. Marquez has given up 6 runs himself or more in the last 4 starts. So I love that team total over for the Giants. Like I said, you can play it up to 5.5 and plus 125, or over 6.5 plus 195. And I'll roll with I'm going to go with the Mariners again. I think you're paying this price for Jacob deGrom. And don't get me wrong, deGrom can have a solid start here, but like we talked about earlier, I think Jay kind of alluded to it. Can't beat teams if you're not scoring runs. And deGrom can pitch as well as he wants. If the Seattle Mariners score 3, that could be enough here. And that could come off the Texas bullpen maybe. So Logan Evans only has 1 start so far, but I can't back this Rangers team at that price with this offense. So give me the Mariners in that one. Jay?
I can. Rangers to run line today. One thing we don't do too often is get swept, especially not at home. And in the bounce back spot, our offense usually just pops out of nowhere. And you're like, oh, okay, there they are. Wow. Let's go. I think that's the case today. I think deGrom has a really solid outing, maybe gives up 1 or 2. Bullpen's going to be solid, maybe comes in, goes shutout, gives up 1 or 2. I think this is like a 6-3 Rangers win today. That's what I'm expecting. Evans, he's nothing. Rangers, they got to salvage something. They have to salvage something. So I just think today is a good day for them to do that, establish some momentum. Here, what they got to come up next? Then they go on the road to Boston. That's not going to be easy. Then they go to Detroit. Then they come back home. We got the Rockies and the Astros. So then the Yankees and the White Sox. So they need a good win today. They need a good win. The Mariners have dominated them all season, winning all 5 meetings. I've been on the Mariners the first 2 games of this series. Had them day 1, had them yesterday. deGrom, I believe, is the stopper. I think he has a really good day, and I think the Texas Rangers offense can get to Seattle. I'm going to take Rangers run line. I might go to the game today. It's at 1:30. I know I love them day games. Give me an under between the Cubs and the Brewers, Ima Nagasama and Freddie P. It's going to be a sweat. We're probably going to be right up against it, but I think we'll be fine. I'm feeling a 3-2 style loss. So give me an under there between Imanaga and Freddie P. I wanted to take plus 300 with the Rockies, but I ain't going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it alone.
It's the only team to sweep the Rangers this season.
The Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gonna do it again. Javon, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm on Chicago. I'm on the Cubs. It's not about the pitchers. It's probably gonna have something to do with the bullpens, and I expect the Milwaukee Brewers bullpen to give it up. I'm gonna do a little high wiring act and take the under in that game, first 5. Thinking it's gonna be a lower scoring affair, through 5. With the pitchers involved, Imanaga and Peralta, they should be dueling, and then once you give it to the bullpens, I'll take the Cubs bullpen over the Brewers bullpen any day of the week. 6 ways to Sunday. So yeah, that's how I would play it. Cubs and under first 5.
Rob, what do you like here? Or did you go first?
I started here.
Oh yeah, sorry, my brain. I as soon as I said that, I was like, wait a second.
I think I started here.
Yeah. Wait a second. Okay, I figured
What
it
are the
out.
last 4?
I figured it out. All right. The last 4 we got. Let's see. We got the Angels and the Tigers. Jack Kahanowitz and Reese Olson getting started in that one. We got the Reds and the Nationals. Nick Martinez starting for the Reds. Mackenzie Gore for the Nats. Got game 2 of the Cardinals Mets. We got Andre Palante and
Meatball McGill. Meatball McGill.
Meatball.
2 meatballers thrown in that one. Palante's giving up home runs too. He's giving up. He gives up at least 1 a game. 1, 2, 1, 1. He's good. Couple meatball throwers in that one.
And we got back to the scene of the crime. We got the Braves and the Dodgers. We got Bryce Elder starting for the Braves. Dustin May starting for the Dodgers. I'm up first here, and this is probably my least favorite slot of the day here. I'm probably going to lean towards the Dodgers and the over. I think that Bryce Elder gets shelled here. He's probably, for me, the weak link of this Braves rotation. Dustin May is a lot better than that 4.0 ERA would suggest. And I just think that right now, I do think the Braves are going to be a team that's going to get back on track and start competing again. But they're not going to win every game. They're not going to do well every game. And I think that right now the Dodgers are a team that kind of just has their number. So I'll take the Dodgers on the road in that one. And the same thing, I'm going to take the Mets in game 2. McGill's been solid this season. I kind of wonder when the other shoe is going to drop. When the runs are going to start coming against him. But Andre Palante, not the pitcher that I think that's going to be able to outduel him here. I think the Mets take at least one of the two, if not both. So give me the Mets on the money line in game 2. Jay?
Give me the Monstars, man. Full season sweep. Y'all boys ain't taking not a fucking game off of us, you trash-ass Braves. That boys is garbage, trash, terrible. Pack them up. I'm tired of them. Hope y'all missed the playoffs again. Y'all got a losing record. Y'all did all that yapping. How about this y'all season? Oh, we're going to do something. Oh, we'll bounce back here. Y'all be talking shit about us Rangers. Look at y'all. Trash. You're now finna get 6-0 swept by the Monstars. 6-0. Didn't even touch them. I'm on Dustin May and the Dodgers today, man. I'm just going outright fuck the Braves mode. That's how I'm feeling. Can't wait today. Who they got up next? They got the Reds coming in, so they might do some. They got a light little schedule coming up, so y'all might got some fake hope coming up. They got the Reds, then the Pirates, then the Nationals. Damn. And so they're gonna go through a fake little run, but we gotta fade them while we can. Dodgers. I ain't mad at nobody going extended Jovan style. Run line 2.5. Wherever you can do it. They're done. They're cooked. That's all I really like. Tigers let me down last night. That was my only loss yesterday. I went, 3-1 yesterday? My only loss was the Tigers. Had them run line. Honestly, though, I feel like it was the right play. The Angels have been free falling. You know, they had the fake good start to the season. Since then, they've been right back to who we know them to be. Bottom feeder of the AL West. I like the Tigers to get back on track today. Lean towards them on the run line.
Yeah, I'll be on the Dodgers as well. You know, again, I would say a rather decent price, you know, considering who's on the other side with Bryce Elder. You know, so sometimes you gotta take advantage of, even if it's, you know, some extra juice. When I believe that, you know, a game should be 170, well, it's on the road, but yeah, 160 to 170, and you're getting, you know, 20 to 30 cent below that, you gotta take it, especially with what they've been doing against the Braves, you know, showing them no mercy. So
none whatsoever.
You know, so you gotta do what you gotta do with that one, man. You know, and hey, that's take the Dodgers. No need to lay the extendo on anything unless you want to be greedy. You know, if you want to be greedy, have at it. All they've been doing is whipping ass against the Braves. So, you know, that's your cash too. But yeah, I'll just take it on the money line, Dodgers. And we'll go back to the well, even though it didn't come to fruition last night. I'm on Detroit on the run line. You know, Listen, don't let yesterday's win fool you. The Angels, they're a bad team. Got your Kanowitz on the mound. He should give it up. The bullpen should give it up once again. And Detroit overall this season, they've been one of the better teams in baseball. So I'm not gonna let one night deter me from backing them because they've already won me a handful of money. So I'm on Detroit run line.
Rob, what do you like here?
And hey, for me, it's a get out day for Detroit. I don't trust them. Give me Coconuts there on the for the Angels. We've seen Detroit yesterday. It's just one of those things. Sometimes they struggle to score runs. It happens at times. They're not the greatest on the road. They have played their better ball at home all season long. So I don't want to lay that kind of price. I'll take the Angels here. You look the last time that Coconuts faced Detroit. Hey, the Angels got themselves a win. He went. When did he go? 6 innings in the start, 6 innings. He only gave up 5 hits, no earned runs the last time he faced Detroit, which was last year. So it was pretty recent. I think he has a good start. I think the Angels bagged themselves another win over Detroit. And now when you can grab the run and a half, even if Detroit wins, I think they might win by 1. So I'm going to take the plus 1.5. So the coin flip price of a minus 110. I'm fine with that. In that matchup. And then in that Dodgers game, I think we see plenty of offense like we seen yesterday. It was 10-3. Might be the Dodgers doing all the bulk of the heavy lifting, but give me the over 9.5 in that one. And then also take Shohei Ohtani to hit himself a home run there. He's 2 or 5, I believe, against Bryce Elder in his career. So one of those being a home run. I'll take Ohtani today to hit a home run off of Elder as well. Couple I like there as well.
That does it for baseball. We'll move on to the National Hockey League
Association.
There you go. I didn't want to take it. I want to let you have it. We got Game 7, Jets and Blues. Jets minus 170 at home right now. Blues plus 145. Jay, tell me
who's playing for the right to lose to the Stars. It's really a question. That's how we want asking today. Is who is playing for the right to lose to us? Honestly, y'all, this is a tough game for me. The Jets were the best team all season long. I've been hating on the Jets all season long. It ain't stopping today. Y'all know what I love. Y'all know what I've been doing a lot this season. Betting plus money on the fucking St. Louis Blues. Got to do it one last time. Either we going out with the Blues or we cashing. It's one of the two. So, Chris be talking about the President's Cup trophy curse and all that shit, man. Hopefully it all comes to fruition. I don't think too many people thought that the Blues would push these boys to 7. I thought they had a pretty good chance to. I don't know. I got to go back and watch at the beginning of the series when we talked about it, if I said the Blues would win or not. But honestly, sitting here right now today, I think they have a very legitimate chance to do so. I can't personally pass up the plus money. I'll have a couple of dollars today on St. Louis.
Rod?
And for me in this one, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You look at the goals that have been scored in this series, surprisingly. Give it to Hellebuck. Hey, he does play a little better at home. He's scoring at 2.33 goals against average at home here, which means he's still giving up a couple. The Jets going to score a couple themselves, and at this little 5.5, I like the over 5.5. I think we see plenty of runs, even if it comes late that someone's popping an empty netter. This thing's sitting at 3-2. Someone's got the lead. We know they pull the goalie early now, especially in a game 7. You'll see the goalie not in there with like 2 minutes to go. So getting some late goals, definitely possibility. So give me the over 5.5. I think we see plenty enough offense to get us over this total in a series that I thought was going to be a lot more goalie dually and goalie heavy. We have not. We've seen goals though plenty from both sides. So I think that continues here in the absolutely whiteout noise is what Winnipeg's going to be. Give me the over here in this one.
Yeah, I'm on the Blues here. I agree. I thought this series was going to be a lot more goaltending dependent, but there's been goal scoring, like a lot of it. And Binnington has been the better goalie over the last couple of years in the playoffs, or the last couple of times he's made an appearance in the playoffs. And Hellebuck, his last 16 games in the playoffs, 5-11. So I think that the Blues have the momentum. I get it. The home team is dominated in this series, but yeah, the value I think is with the Blues to win Game 7. So give me St. Louis in that one. But we'll go to the NBA. We got 2 games on the board.
Association. Hey, Patrick still.
We got the Pacers and the Cavs, Game 1. And we got the Rockets and the Warriors, Game 7 of the first round. Jovan, any of these 2 that you like for anything here? Just on mute. There you
go. No, I'll be on the Cavs first quarter. I just think that they'll get off to a hard start. Game 1 at home, they should be amped up for this one. I do think that later on in the game, it should stabilize, but I think that, that excitement that they'll have. Is it still Quicken Loans Arena? I don't know. They changed the name of these arenas so much, but I think that's what's gonna carry on through, at least in the start of this game. So it'll be Cavs first quarter for me, and I like Pascal Siakam over points. He could. It's the thing about the Pacers and taking any of their players is you don't know where the scoring is going to come from on a game-to-game basis. He does average 20, some odd points per game, but sometimes he disappears, as does other players on that team, because they do spread it out so much on the strength, Halliburton, getting guys involved. And, as a result, he doesn't score as much as he should on a game-to-game basis. But I say that to say that in the beginning, if you notice in the beginning of Pacers series, they try to get him involved a little bit more. And then as, the series progresses, you'll see him have an off game where, he's only mustering up 11, 12, 13 points. But in the beginning of the series, he's usually the go-to guy. They want to get him involved, to get Turner involved as well. But you might see Pascal Siakam 30 piece in this game. But I'm not gonna take it there. I'll just go over his points in this one. As for the other game, I do have some thoughts in the game, but the total set is still set low. I just have a feeling that it's going to be, and Houston has been ramping up their pace, which has led to these games going over in the last 3. So, you could still see that. The Warriors haven't been able to handle it. But I just have a feeling that we see a game 1 type of game where you see a team barely get into the 90s, and we have seen in throughout the year, including the regular season, we have seen several games like that. Was it 3 or 4 different games like that, including the playoffs? So, I don't think the Warriors want to have a high scoring game. If the Rockets are hitting their shots, they're dead in the water. They don't have the personnel to keep up with what Houston's doing. So they're going to want to muck it up. And you would think that it should be the other way around. But the Warriors are long in the tooth. Just like I said on Friday in the drive-thru, you know, they really thought they were going to win. If you watched Steph Curry's face on the bench at the end of Game 6, he really thought he was going to win that game. He was, it looked like he was about to shed some tears, so I say that to say that if they have a chance, it's going to be a lower scoring game, because they don't have the personnel, especially with their reserves, to keep up with what these young guys from Houston's bringing. So that's my thoughts on it.
All right, what do you like in these ones?
I mean, looking at these games, I'll take the Cavs here to punch the Pacers in the mouth in this first one. Look what the Cavs have been doing all season long, just beating teams up. They thoroughly beat up the Heat in that round 1 matchup, and I just think this Pacers squad is just you're running into a different beast. The questionable about Garland, I'm not worried about Garland in this game. The Cavs have plenty enough offense the way they've been scoring in these playoffs. When they score 121 points or more, 35 and 11 ATS this season, and we know the Pacers giving up at least $1.60 in a game. When the Cavs can drop a $1.30 on the Pacers here in this one, and the Pacers don't have the guys to keep up, and they cruise to a 10-point win easily here in this one. I'll take the Cavs late 8. This isn't a spot for the Pacers to be keeping it close. Cavs are ready to pounce, and they pound them here in this one and set a statement. Watch out, they be coming. I think the Cavs being a little bit undervalued in the East. Watch out. You have to beat the Cavs to get out of the East, I think, this season, and it's going to be very tough for anybody to do it, especially with this Pacers. Not a lot of defense. It's pretty rough. Cavs can run roughshod over them because they can play some defense if they want to. They can play the running gun style, or they can play that defensive style. Either way, Cavs win by 10+ here in this one. And then I'm going to take the over in the first half between the Warriors and the Rockets. You look at this Warriors team. If you want to beat the Rockets, you have to score enough points. And as Jovan alluded to, sometimes that depth scoring is going to come into play here. But I think there are two guys. Curry can have one of those games where he can go off and score enough. You look at the Rockets off of a road win, 6-2 to the over in that first half. Against those teams that shoot the 3, 6-9 to the over in the first half this season. And when the total's been 200 to 209, the Warriors 2-0 in that first half of the over. So I think we see plenty in this first half. It's up and over the total. Give me the over in the first half.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Pacers plus the points in this one. I think part of this line is sort of the carryover from how good the Cavs looked in that first round, and the fact that the Cavaliers still the best record in the East this season, but the road team won the 2 meaningful games these two teams had this season back in January. And I mean, I'm not factoring in the 2 games late in the season because the starters were missing for Cleveland in both those games, and starters were missing for Indiana in the later games, battled the backups in the last game of the season. But I just think the Pacers can at least keep it respectable. Make it a competitive game, keep it within 6 points if they lose this game. So give me the Pacers and the points. And I'm going to take the under in Golden State, Houston. I think it's just going to be a first 100 wins, 1990 style basketball, physical, defense oriented. So give me the under. Warriors, Rockets. Jay?
Man. Cavs, Pacers. Hot take. I got the Pacers winning this series. You might not hear nobody else say that shit. I got the Pacers winning this series. Remember, the Pacers won the season series over the Cleveland Cavs 3-1. We saw Indiana walk into Cleveland and beat them in the 2 games in Cleveland this season. They played twice in Cleveland. Indiana won both. Indiana matches up much better with Cleveland than I think many people want to recognize. A lot of people just be outright just hating on Indiana. And I've been yapping about Indiana all season long. I got Indiana winning this playoff series. Now, with that said, I'm on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm laying the points tonight. It's just to play on the spot, to play on the situation. Double revenge game at home, at the crib for Cleveland. Cleveland has to come out here and punch these boys in the mouth, or it's over. I'm here to tell y'all right now. If they don't punch them in the mouth tonight, it's over. So Cleveland is still a team I worry about, man. It's still a team that doesn't have extended playoff experience. This is still a team that, you know, you're relying on Donovan Mitchell to be a guy that we haven't seen him be ever. The way I see this game playing out tonight, it's going to be extremely competitive. It's going to be a tight nip and tuck game. Cleveland takes off on a nice little run, probably late third, early fourth quarter, wins the game by like 11 or 12. The overall narrative gets out of control, like Cleveland just going to dominate their ass. Indiana probably come in, steal game 2, go back home. Indiana not losing in Indiana. They're not losing in Indiana. I think they win both. They might be up 3-1 before you blink. Cleveland come back home, win game 5, 3-2. Then you got Cleveland going to Indiana trying to win game 6. Ooh, shit. Like, I think this is how this series is going to play out. Fill out game today. I got Cleveland winning it. I think they do it pretty dominantly. But I got Indiana winning this series. And the reason I like Cleveland today is because they almost have to. They have to come punch these boys in the mouth. You lose 2 games to them at home in the regular season, I think they come out tonight, show a little life. I'm on Cleveland tonight. Somebody says you're overrating Pacers big time. I don't think so. I think a lot of you are underrating the Pacers. A lot of y'all had them losing in 5 to the Bucks. I laughed at you. I laughed. I said, I don't know what fucking basketball you've been watching. Need I remind you guys who was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year? It wasn't New York. It wasn't Cleveland. It wasn't Miami. It was Indiana. It was Indiana. They're a different team, monster and animal at home at the crib in the postseason. And I think that's going to help them in a series like this. And Cleveland, their inexperience, I think is going to show in certain games. But I like them tonight. I do like Cleveland tonight. And the other one, bro, y'all know where the fuck I'm at. Y'all know where I'm at. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going out with the light-skinned man and his 2 henchmen. I am. This kind of reminds me of, what was that, 2 seasons ago? When the Kings were up and coming. Kings had a really good season, like the Beam. Oh, my God. You know what I mean? Going up against their nemesis, the Warriors, gave them a really good series, forced that thing 7, and then what happened? The light-skinned man went into a sack town, gave their ass 50. He gave their ass 50. 50. And came out of there with a dub. Now, I will agree that the Rockets' defensive tenacity is totally different than what the Kings were at that time. And the Rockets are pushing up on Lil Curry. They pushing up on his ass. But I'm a firm believer this is not the NFL. Great offense will always overcome good defense or great defense in basketball. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. In football, defense wins championships. In basketball, that's not the fucking case. It's not the case. It's not the case. The other night, I thought we had a really good instance of that. Pistons, Knicks, one of the best defenders on the planet, Asar Thompson pushed up on Jalen Brunson, game on the line. Brunson hit his ass with the snatchback of hell. Come here, Thompson. Yeah. Ball game. Ball fucking game. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Curry did his brother the same way tonight. We talking about all-time greats, man. We talking about legendary moments. How many more does Curry have? How many more does Jimmy have? They let that one slip away at home at the crib. But if you think I'm fading the light-skinned man and playoff Jimmy, you sound crazy to me. That's where I'm at. We'll see if the Rockets go and do it. I have been a big Rockets proponent. Houston, we have a problem. The Rockets are a different team, monster and animal, at home at the crib. I definitely understand why they're favorites to do it. I just don't see it happen. I'm rocking with the greatest guard I've ever seen in my life. I'm rocking with the second greatest player of this generation, man, behind LeBron. And don't let Curry go win one this year. Don't let him do it, man. We're going to have a really, 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 really uncomfortable conversation. Rocking with the light skin man tonight. Let's do it.
Okay, that does it. We only have one more thing to talk about. Jay, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Man, money making Sunday. The cold streak is officially over. So I don't want to hear no more about that shit. And y'all know me, man. Once I go cold, as soon as it's over, there's usually a fucking heater on the back end of that. The OGs will tell you, man, if you've been watching the jam session for a while, you know this ain't a lie. It's the truth. We came to an end last night. It made sense that there was no better place to end it than with the Nuggets at home, at the crib, where they go stupid, dummy, crazy. Man, let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to the basics. Get back to what we do, which is cashing fucking tickets. If you think I'm finna go on a run for the remainder of the playoffs, hop on with me. Let's do the damn thing. If you're here to fade me, continue to fade me. And let's see what happens at the end. That's all I'm saying. I got some baseball for y'all today, too, as well. So let's do it.
Hop on with Jay over at Pick Dogs Premium. Said had a good day yesterday, so keep it rolling. Jovan, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Yeah, it's a bounce back Sunday for me. And right now I only have 3 plays. I have 1 Major League Baseball play. I might add another Major League Baseball play. And I have both the side and the total for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I might add the side to Game 7 tonight. I know where I'm at with it, but there's a couple of factors that I gotta think things through. I need 1 more hour to figure that out, and by noon, I would know whether it's gonna be a premium or not. I just need another hour. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So might have 5 plays today. Right now we're at 3. Most likely a 4th, and then got to figure out Game 7. Well, if I want to make it a premium or not, just a couple of factors. Really, 1 factor that I got to decide on. So that's that on that. But long term where it's at over on this side. One day don't stop the show. So jump on board.
Yeah, absolutely. One day doesn't define any of us. So make sure that you jump on with Jovan over at Pick Dogs. Make sure you check that out. Rob, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs today?
For me over at Pick Dogs, hey, a little bounce back day. It's still having a great week. Can't complain. 1-3 yesterday. Still 27-8 on the week. So still hitting 77%. And nice winning week in all sports. MLB having a nice little winning season. NBA on a nice little 10-3 run there. So NHL, hey, we've hit 10 straight, looking to make it 11 straight. We're on 14-2 run in the NHL as well. So definitely one day, hey, it was a one-day losing, so bounce back day here. We've had a great week, looking to finish it off strong. I have my NHL one-timer play. I have my top play in the NBA, and then I have my top play in the MLB. Those are available singly, or it's in that Super Sunday 5-pack, where I've also thrown in a couple extra bonus plays, so you get 5 plays in that 5-pack. So jump aboard that. Or you can see I'm not the only capper that's heating up and staying hot here at Pick Dogs. Take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 capper promotional. Pair us all up that you've seen on today's show, and let's have a big winning day together. Don't forget, pick at checkout, save 15% off all your purchases over at Pick Dogs, the sports chat place. Jump aboard. Let's have a big winning Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Rod's heating up, at the top of the week leaderboard. So make sure that you check that out. Jump on something today. For me, I've got my $15 MLB pickoff play. 3 straight with that. Cash with the Mariners again yesterday. Also got a Sunday Slam 5-pack. Had back-to-back winning days in Major League Baseball. So hoping to keep it rolling. And if you hop on a long-term pass, there's a bonus play in there as well. Like a couple of guys alluded to, the long-term pass is the best way to go. We're getting into the dog days of summer sooner rather than later. But, we're still going to have plenty of action, plenty of money to be made. So make sure that you check that out. And like the guys alluded to, that multi-capper promotion, great way to go. And use that promo code PICK at checkout, 15% off. But we're at that point in the show. Parlay time.
I'm muted, but parlay.
I was just going to say.
Parlay.
The thing is, it's one of those things where you were muted, but I could hear it still.
Man.
Jay, what do you got for a parlay today?
Let's go baseball, man. I'm seeing the board well in baseball right now. I'm 7-1. I just went and looked. I'm 7-1 last 8 plays in baseball. My only loss was the Tigers last night. Damn. So let's do some baseball, man. Let's not overcomplicate it. Dodgers. Let's go. Let's make some money. Let's go run line. Dodgers. We're getting greedy, like the line said, but sometimes it be like that. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go super square, super chalky today, but it'd be like that sometimes. Give me a Dodgers run line, give me a Tigers run line, and let's go with a Oakland Athletics run line. I like them boys today. Serious. 3-team.
Juwan, what do you got?
Royals, Guardians. That's one. I got a 3-teamer. Phillies, Cubs, Dodgers, and then I have what was that? Pascal Siakam over points, and then match it up with bum ass Draymond Green under PRA. That's an all-time casher right there.
I don't know about that. Last time we didn't see some Draymond Game 7 heroics too.
Yeah. Listen. Just like in the last 6 games, he has a problem with Houston's length. He's not doing it. He's not going over that.
Draymond
17.5, 19.5.
Draymond will stop tonight.
He could shoot 10. He could shoot 10 open threes. He's going 2 for 10 tonight. Just saying.
Let's go, Draymond.
Rob, what do you got for a parlay?
Little 3-teamer for you, all in baseball. We're going to go with take the Phillies, take Oakland, and take the Cubs. Little 3-teamer, plus 480 on that little 3-teamer for you. Love it. Let's get it.
I'm just going to go with a 2-teamer. 2 plays I like the most for free plays. Over in Blue Jays, Guardians, and could be my favorite team total of the month or the season so far. Giants team total over against the Rockies.
Have you put in a team total at all? As like a
I did once, yeah, and it cashed.
Okay.
It was the Braves against the Rockies.
Okay. Yeah. Rockies. Woo!
Fading the Rockies, team total moneymaker this season.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else for you guys before we head out?
Man, I can't wait to see who earns the right to lose to my Stars tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Game 7. Can't wait to watch the other Game 7 tonight. Yep, that's all for me, though.
All right.
Buchnevich, anytime goal in that game tonight.
There you go. Give me Kyle Connor for an anytime goal. All right. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm going to break it all down, talk about the weekend that was. Me, Jay, Costi. And see these guys on the bottom on the drive-through throughout the week as well. So make sure you check them out and check out everything over at Pick Dogs videos on our YouTube channel and Pick Dogs Premium. So see you guys soon. Take it easy. Peace.